Hello viewers, I'm your host Pratiksha Mishra with another episode of South Asia Focus. Let's begin the show. India's production-linked incentive or PLI scheme is rapidly transforming the nation into a global manufacturing powerhouse. With major players like Apple and Samsung scaling up operations and billions in investment flowing in, India is capitalizing on the global China Plus One strategy. The scheme offers targeted financial incentives across 14 critical sectors, driving massive growth in exports, production and jobs.
Foxconn, one of the largest contract manufacturer of Apple products, has committed $1.5 billion to expand its operations in India, likely to ramp up iPhone production as Apple shifts away from its reliance on China. During Apple's Q1 2025 earnings call, CEO Tim Cook identified India as the primary source for iPhones destined for the US market in the upcoming quarter, marking a significant shift in Apple's global supply chain strategy. Besides Foxconn, many foreign manufacturers have tapped into India's production-linked incentive scheme, which offers financial incentives for boosting domestic production and exports. Launched as global firms sought to diversify away from China under the China Plus One strategy, the scheme has become a key driver of India's manufacturing-led growth. In addition to promoting large-scale electronics manufacturing, India's production-linked incentive, PLI scheme, spans a diverse set of industries, including those critical to national security, such as pharmaceuticals, medical devices, telecom and networking equipment, and semiconductors.
The PLI has been enormously successful. It's appropriately called the large-scale electronic manufacturing PLI because it has taken mobile phone manufacturing from 2 lakh odd crores to more than 5 lakh crores. So it has been enormously successful.
India is rapidly emerging as a global manufacturing hub, powered by the Production-Linked Incentive (PLI) scheme, launched in 2020 under the Self-Reliant India vision. By offering 4 to 6% subsidies on incremental sales across 14 key sectors, including electronics, pharma and automobiles, the scheme is attracting major players like Apple and Samsung. With $2.67 billion earmarked for electronics alone, India is positioning itself to capture a significant share of the $1.5 trillion global market. As of November 2024, the PLI scheme had approved 764 applications, including 176 from MSMEs, generating $18.72 billion in investment and $162.84 billion in production. This momentum aligns with the global China Plus One strategy as companies diversify supply chains away from China. India is seizing this shift as a golden opportunity, using targeted incentives and a strong policy push to transform into a global manufacturing powerhouse.
The scheme was launched in the year 2020 and it has an outlay of 1.97 lakhs or around $24 billion of outlay, and it is available in 14 sectors. As a result of this scheme, we have achieved the production of $163 billion or 14 lakh crores of production and about 10 lakh jobs. The exports are to the extent of around 62 billion crores and 62 US billions, sorry, and investment is 1.6 lakhs or 19 billion. So this scheme is quite successful in this thing.
India is rapidly emerging as a key pillar in the global technology supply chain, with flagship initiatives like the Production-Linked Incentive (PLI) scheme driving this transformation. Under the telecom and networking products segment of the PLI scheme, cumulative sales have reached $9.4 billion, with exports accounting for approximately 18.6% of this figure. Beyond boosting domestic manufacturing, the scheme has also generated employment for over 26,000 individuals. Encouraged by its success, the government has expanded the scheme to cover 11 additional telecom and networking products, further broadening the scope for companies to claim performance-based incentives. India's ambitions go beyond smartphones, targeting high-value sectors like semiconductors, batteries, and even drones. Powered by the PLI scheme and rising global demand for diversified supply chains, India is strategically leveraging its cost advantages, technical expertise, and proactive policy support to drive sustained economic growth.
You see, when in 2014 or 15, the question used to be, who's manufacturing in India? But after the reforms and after the schemes, today the question is, who is not manufacturing in India? All companies who are participating in the Indian market are completely manufacturing in India. There is very marginal import and there is massive export of mobile phones also, over 2 lakh crores.
India's transformation into a global manufacturing hub is no longer aspirational. It's underway. With robust policy support, rising exports, and major global players investing under the PLI scheme, India is firmly positioning itself as an indispensable pillar of the global electronics and tech supply chain.
Let's now move to a tragic story from Pakistan's North Waziristan region, where a drone strike in Mir Ali has killed 4 children from a single family, leaving a community in mourning and demanding answers. While Pakistan's military denies any involvement, the grief and outrage on the ground tell a different story. Take a look.
While Pakistan faces increasing scrutiny over its covert intelligence operations abroad, a deepening crisis is unfolding at home. A suspected drone strike in the Humruz area of Mir Ali, located in North Waziristan of Pakistan's Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, reportedly killed 4 children from a single family, igniting grief, anger, and calls for justice across the region. The attack, which local witnesses say struck civilians, also left 5 others injured. Grieving families and villagers blocked main roads, insisting that those responsible be held to account for what they described as an unjustifiable targeting of innocents.
میر نه دهشتګردي نه دهشتګردي خوښوي میر امن پسند خلک کی الله دې پر امیر بال بچ معاف کا ودنا لوړي وطن مې ته پرړدنو پاشه تو نه سو وکړل نه را خو طرف ته طریقان نشته میر سو کی قیمت دولت کې کرته د ترغلی بچون مې وړ بچون مې ته یشي دي دغور مت بیان روزه بغیراتا خدای دې پر لشکي حال باندې مې راخه موګه کانې وی په دنا خو طرف ته میر تر الیارستانه.
The Pakistani military's media wing, Inter-Services Public Relations, issued a rare statement condemning the civilian casualties, yet firmly denied any involvement, calling the allegations unfounded and misleading. But for residents of North Waziristan, these denials ring hollow. The region, a former hub for insurgent groups, has remained a powder keg despite repeated military operations. Locals point to a grim pattern, innocent civilians being sacrificed in a shadow war between militants and intelligence operatives, with Islamabad often accused of playing both sides.
KPK के कबायली इलाकों में कबायली इलाके शुमाली वज़ीरिस्तान में जिस तरह ड्रोन हमले में मासूम बच्चों को शहीद किया गया, उनकी तस्वीर देखकर दिल खून के आंसू रो रहा था। ये क्या हो रहा है मुल्क पाकिस्तान में? ये सब क्यों हो रहा है? कब तक होता रहेगा? पाकिस्तानियों, आप सबको इस पर गौर करना होगा, वरना याद रखिए आप सबकी ये खामोशी जो है, ये जो लबबंदी है, ये पाकिस्तान को किसी बड़े साने से दो चार करेगी।
What unfolded in Mir Ali is not just a security failure. It is, many say, the direct consequence of a system where the state creates monsters and then bombs its own soil to prove it's fighting them. For residents of North Waziristan, the message is clear. They are caught in a war that their own government helped start and now claims to be trying to end.
Time now for Asia This Week, the stories from across the continent.
Taiwan's Computex tech show in capital Taipei brought together thousands of global participants with advanced AI technology and robotic systems on display. Computex was the first major gathering of computer and chip executives in Asia since US President Donald Trump threatened to impose tariffs to push companies to increase production in the United States. Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi, Afghanistan's acting Foreign Minister Amir Khan Muttaqi and Pakistan's Foreign Minister Ishaq Dar held an informal meeting in Beijing. The meeting comes amid signs of a potential thaw in relations between Afghanistan and Pakistan. Last month, in a rare encounter with Dar, Muttaqi voiced concern over the deportation of tens of thousands of Afghans from Pakistan. Japan opened its largest ever arms show on May 21, a display that Defense Minister General Nakatani said marked the pacifist nation's deepening push for overseas defense cooperation and weapons exports. The Defense and Security Equipment International Japan exhibition near Tokyo showcased Japanese missiles, warships, and research into lasers and electromagnetic railguns.
Moving on. The grim reality of life in Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir is now clearer than ever, as POJK activist Professor Sajjad Raza exposes rampant terrorism, political suppression and systemic neglect. With terror camps disguised in plain sight, rising public anger and a complete absence of healthcare infrastructure, POJK paints a harrowing picture. Once again, voices from within are calling for freedom from Islamabad, demanding an end to decades of exploitation. Take a look.
Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir has for decades remained under the shadow of terrorism, violence and political suppression. Global watchdogs and human rights groups have repeatedly raised concerns about the region being used as a breeding ground for terror activities, with Islamabad facing allegations of directly funding, training and harboring terrorist elements. Recently, Professor Sajjad Raza, chairman of the National Equality Party Jammu and Kashmir, Gilgit-Baltistan and Ladakh, broke his silence yet again, shedding light on the troubling conditions in POJK. He exposed the proliferation of terror training camps in both Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir, highlighting how these have evolved into more covert operations to evade detection.
As far as Pakistan is concerned, I think almost 50% of the masjids in Pakistan, they are terrorist camps. And in POJK, there are camps at many places. These camps are now, they have taken different forms actually. They are not typically, like a common person can't understand whether there is training being given at some place or not. But there are definitely many more camps in POJK, and in Pakistan there are hundreds of camps in Pakistan where the people are trained for terrorism and then to carry out the acts of terrorism.
The rampant terrorism and repression in the region have fueled resentment among the local population. Decades of neglect, exploitation and broken promises by Pakistan have left the people of POJK disillusioned. Now, a growing number of voices in the region are demanding independence from Islamabad, seeing no future under Pakistani rule.
There is no doubt people from POJK do want freedom from Pakistan. Many years ago, there were three surveys which concluded that in between 70 to 75% people of POJK want independence from Pakistan. But now I think as far as common people are concerned, not the elite class and these political puppets of Pakistan and bureaucracy and establishment, as far as the common people are concerned, I believe over 80%, in between 80 to 90% people don't want to stay with Pakistan. But the thing is, as previously I've been saying at many opinions, people don't see any light at the end of the tunnel.
Pakistan's control over POJK has not only stifled voices for freedom, but also led to severe underdevelopment. One of the most alarming aspects is the complete absence of healthcare infrastructure in these areas.
There is no comparison between the facilities and development in mainland Jammu and Kashmir and Pakistani-occupied Jammu and Kashmir. Now, there is not even a single hospital in POJK and Gilgit-Baltistan. About 6.57 million people live in these areas, and there is, I repeat once again, there is not a single hospital for this 7 million population. There are only small medical units with very basic medical facilities, and people with any complex medical needs or people with any serious conditions, they are always referred to Pakistan, to Rawalpindi, Lahore, Karachi and Islamabad, and many people pass away while traveling to Pakistani hospitals. So this is the state of affairs as far as health is concerned.
From growing terrorism to mass public discontent and collapsing public services, the situation in Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir remains dire. For decades, the region has been used as an asset by Pakistan's military and intelligence agencies, often at the expense of the local population. The unchecked spread of terrorism, growing cries for independence, and the absence of even the most basic public services expose a brutal truth. POJK has been sacrificed at the altar of Pakistan's strategic ambitions.
India is a land of countless hidden treasures, filled with untapped tourist destinations that offer unforgettable experiences for global travelers. Today, we take you to one such gem in the country's northeast, the enchanting state of Meghalaya. Renowned for its breathtaking natural beauty, Meghalaya is a haven of rolling hills, cascading waterfalls, crystal-clear rivers, idyllic villages and lush green forest. Join us as we explore how travelers can experience this magical land and immerse themselves in its untouched charm and soul-soothing serenity.
Cradled in the lap of nature, amid misty hills and meandering rivers, lies the enchanting state of Meghalaya. The adventure begins near its capital, Shillong, at a serene expanse of water fondly called Bada Pani or Big Water. Fringed with lush greenery and mirroring the endless blue sky, the lake looks like a living painting. Whether it's a peaceful boat ride or a moment frozen through a camera lens, every frame here tells a story of stillness and beauty.
यहाँ के जितने टूरिस्ट प्लेस हैं सब जगह घूमे थे, पर ये सिटी में घुसते एंटर करते एक अलग ही अट्रैक्शन है। ऐसा मतलब आप अंदर इतना सुंदर व्यू कहीं नहीं मिलने वाला है।
लेक का एक्सपीरियंस काफ़ी अच्छा रहा। अभी बोटिंग के लिए गया तो बोटिंग अभी काफ़ी हम लोग को घुमाया गया, और ये बोट है, इसमें एक चीज़ इसका ये और है स्पेशलिटी कि चारों तरफ पहाड़ या जंगल से जो घिरा हुआ है, तो इसका काफ़ी ये देता है सूथिंग इफेक्ट इन वाट।
Visitors can explore Molingnon, one of the cleanest villages located in the East Khasi Hills of Meghalaya. Recognized by Discover India in 2003 and named India's cleanest village in 2005, Mawlyngnoong stands as a shining example of cleanliness and community pride. Bamboo baskets serve as dustbins outside every home, with villagers taking responsibility for maintaining their surroundings. The bamboo bridges, lush pathways, and the simplicity of the locals add to the village's charm and tranquility.
This is the most safest place in Northeast. Have come down to Mawlyngnoong, enjoy the people out here, enjoy the authentic cuisines that is being prepared out here. Leave the Asia's cleanest village, and definitely it's a world's wonder.
This village is called as the cleanest village of Asia. और हम जब यहाँ पे आए, हमने यहाँ पे जब साफ़ सफाई देखी, यहाँ के लोगों का रहने का तरीका देखा, जो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर इन्होंने डेवलप कर रखा है बैम्बू से, इन्होंने हर जगह पे डस्टबिन्स बैम्बू के लगा रखे हैं, अच्छी चीज़ें भी बैम्बू से बना करके रखी हैं, और मतलब जो भी इनका एक तरीका है सस्टेनेबल चीज़ों को लेकर के चलने का, ताकि नेचर भी डिस्टर्ब ना हो और लोग भी आकर के रहें। इतने सारे टूरिस्ट आ रहे हैं और उसके बाद भी यहाँ पे बिल्कुल गंदगी देखने को नहीं मिलती है। सो दिस इज़ वन थिंग दैट वी लाइक्ड वेरी मच।
Among Mawlyngnoong's most fascinating wonders are the living root bridges, not built but grown. Patiently crafted by the indigenous tribe, these living structures are formed by guiding tree roots across streams and valleys. Over the years, the roots thicken into strong, natural bridges, blending seamlessly into the lush landscape. It's a living testament to harmony between human ingenuity and nature, drawing curious travelers and nature lovers from around the world.
It's very wonderful. ये दिखाता है कि नेचर कितनी प्रोटेक्टिव होती है, हमें बहुत प्रोटेक्ट करती है, हर जगह पर हमें बचाती है, सेव करती है, क्यों हम नेचर को मदर कहते हैं। तो बहुत सुंदर जगह है।
तो आते ही हमने ये लिविंग रूट्स के बारे में काफ़ी सुना था, तो काफ़ी अच्छा रहा, एकदम इन द लैप ऑफ नेचर है, काफ़ी बहुत अच्छा वंडर है। पहुंचने में इनको थोड़ी दिक्कत लगी थी, बट एकदम पहुंचने के बाद बहुत ही सुंदर था, बिकॉज इन द लैप ऑफ नेचर जैसे मैंने पहले कहा, वहाँ पे इतना सुंदर लेक भी आसपास है, तो बहुत ही अच्छा दृश्य रहा हमारे लिए।
Situated on the India-Bangladesh border, the Dauki River is one of Meghalaya's most iconic attractions. Its crystal clear waters create the illusion that boats are floating in mid-air. Visitors flock here for glassy boat rides and to soak in the stunning natural scenery.
बड़ा अच्छा लगा, बहुत अच्छा लगा, बहुत ही अच्छा लगा। हम दिल्ली में रहते हैं, वहाँ पर लाइफ जो है बड़ी बिजी, आप जानते हैं, पर यहाँ आके लगा कि नहीं, लोग बड़ा सुकून की ज़िंदगी व्यतीत कर रहे हैं, बड़े सिंपलिसिटी है यहाँ पर।
These glimpses of amazing Meghalaya, rich in greenery, cleanliness and cultural charm, reveal a hidden world in Northeast India. Every moment here brings you closer to nature. More than just a travel destination, Meghalaya is a gentle reminder of how to live in harmony with the earth.
From the clouds to the culture, Meghalaya leaves a mark on every heart. And with that, we come to the end of this week's episode. See you next week. Till then, goodbye and take care.